Good morning. So I didn't go live this morning because I needed time to do some self-healing and also to demonstrate to myself and others how quickly that can happen. Still need to do a little bit around here. Yesterday we went to visit a town that my partner is talking about us moving to, and I realised that the reason that my throat inflamed was I needed to clear how I felt about that with myself and my heart space. I am a little bit distracted, just keeping an eye on my beautiful cat, who I need to know how she's attempting to escape from our garden. She's certainly, and I've stopped playing now, so she might be distracted. Anyway, apologies for being distracted, but as I said yesterday, we are coming up to the eclipse. Sorry, I'm going to face this way, but just listen. As long as you can hear me, in a minute you'll be able to see me. I will do a reading today. I hopefully will do a meditation for peace within us, because we can affect the outer world only by affecting the inner world. And our intention and our beliefs about a subject and where we are on that subject will have great influence on all aspects of healing and manifestation, for example. So for me, that helps knowing the science, the physics, the chemistry of what it is we do in our classes. For others, it may be understanding the psychology behind beliefs and how they affect us on a mental level, and then to a physical level. So can you see them? Are they just in shot? Maybe she's just out shopping. We're going to start by facing north. So unfortunately, from the camera point of view, that means that I need to not face north, but I'd like you, if you know which way north is, I'd like you to face north today. And think about this in terms of our own north, our own guidance, our own North Star, intention, integrity to our own values and what that means to us. And that's different for every individual. For me, that's always speaking my truth from the heart with love, but also not compromising my own wisdom when I trigger others. And I say this because there's going to be lots of things coming up to be cleared. We're in the shadow now, and the eclipse itself are those areas where the eclipse will fall, and I'm not quite sure where they are, but will be the territories that will be affected the most. And as we said before, this next cycle is a year and a half, so that area in your own body of things that you came in to shift to work on, or stories that you may be wanting or needing to work on, will maybe a different area now. Maybe you're working with manifestation on one level, maybe you're working with manifestation of wealth or health in one area. It may be that you're working on communication in another area, depending where it hits in your field and things that need to be cleared. We're going deeper, we're clearing out the closets. So think about this in terms of me included. So for me, I know I've got to go up the level. My guidance has been telling me, not just on the physical and what I demonstrate in class, but in what I consume and the quality of what I consume and the frequency of what I'm putting into my body, so that I can work with these higher frequencies. Now that is a choice point for me personally. I think I did a post on this. I highly recommend watching Island Clark's video that I've shared on my Facebook page, and her most recent video, because she explains the physics and chemistry of how light is affecting us at the moment on a very real way, in a very real way. So, and that's something that I personally am working with in the call to be more alkaline with as the acidity of the shifts and change happen within my body and within my mind fields and emotional fields, to clear out those stories that we may have gone on about for years, that may be part of us, our personality, someone might say. Nope, it's just a story. It's just that we will continue to give information. The brain does this for us. It's its own psychology, that you won't allow yourself to be wrong. So you will find evidence to create the contrary of the beliefs that are against what your internal knowing is, even if it is something that you're saying outwardly you want, like wealth or health. Your internal stories of learning, well, this is A to B, that's what I know, the realm of what we know. We're moving beyond the realm of what we know, especially this month. So as I've spoken about, on paper it may be A, B, C, D, E, but you may be going A to E, straight there. Not knowing why, just knowing that you have to go to E. It's that gut internal instinct. What that's doing is that this energy is allowing us to clear and shift and allow the changes to take place. It's not always easy. I'm certainly changed with the whole, like, hence the throat coming up, because I was like, how do I express this? Part of having guidance come through is that I have to share, I have to allow that discernment frequency, discernment to come out for it to have value. It's part of knowing, that inner knowing, to express, to go through those different levels of creation. It must come out to clear. And when there's resistance, for me it was, that's what comes up. Pain, health problems, illness, they are resistant. When there's something physically in the body, there's always something to know. And this is really important. It means that if it's not clearing, we're not learnt those lessons, we haven't unpicked the resistance. And this may not resonate with everyone, because there'll be strong resistance and it may be triggering what I'm saying. And if it is, divine timing. If you're hearing this and hearing me saying this, then there's something you need to know that you're not aware of. Otherwise you wouldn't be watching this video. That's the way that energy works. So you always get what you need. Not necessarily what we want, but we always get what we need. Anyway, so there's some thoughts for the week ahead, for preparation, some of the sort of things, because I've been completely doing all the stuff I would do for my members. I've been doing it on YouTube. Last week was not live. This week I will be live despite the healing that I'm going through. I'm going to share that with you, my journey. So as I said, the throat issue last night, I had some honey, because I align with the belief that I need that kind of shift along with the healing. But I wanted to get myself into a certain space before I could do that. I know that my journey, acidity in my body from a processed diet and from things that I know my body's saying no longer resonate with you, with the lifestyle I've chosen to channel, to be in those high frequencies, to allow that to come in, I have to shift. That's a chosen path for me. It's not for everybody, but it is my path, and I'm coming to terms with the fact that that is eating clean for me, eating more light, hence the flower. You can't really see those flowers there. The pansies, they're actually on my stories, but yesterday, beautiful flowers on top of my thing, and that really aligned. So things are shifting. I'm looking at remineralization and how to do that you know you already need to do, like exercising better, eating right, and looking at what you're putting in and what you're watching, etc. So moving the body I can help you with. I'm going to be helping you. I'm doing my own today. So this is just going to be some basics, some immune stuff. So we're going to start with some really nice little finger holds. I shared a little bit of this in the video. Here she goes. Just start to massage here while I run over and grab the cat. So what I needed to know, I now know. So, okay, sending a little bit of love and filter around her. So hands to the side. Needs to be. And in. So, sorry, just connecting, massaging, that's where we were, massaging these points here. So you may need to release a lot of emotion. There's a lot happening in the world, and for the empaths out there, this might be hard to resonate with or to remain in compassion. And by compassion means that we are still we're not affected, we're aware, we're not affected, we can send love, but we're not allowing that, we're not taking on those and out using our body to alchemize them. We do a little bit as healers anyway. And I know those that view me a lot of you are natural healers anyway. So alchemizing in your body, you need to be working on your physical or emotional or mental, I don't want to call them traumas, I want to call them stories, experiences, learned beliefs, learned actual experiences. I'm not saying they didn't happen, but we're going to be clearing them. They are there for you to clear. They're there to show where you are. Like you think about the emotional scale with Abraham Hicks, when anger comes up, when sadness comes up, when grief, and where they are on the scale, and how if you jump up to love and compassion and joy. So none of us are happy about certain things that are going on in the world. You'd be inhuman if you were. And I'm not saying to not care. Care don't carry as the expression. You need to clear. To be a clear channel and a clear vessel means a conduit, means not holding on to those things. So this is me included. So we're massaging these points to clear out any emotions and stuckness, help with our immunity. I want to pull the fingers connected to each of the meridians, and I want you to think about opening up the floodgates, like turning on of the body. We're going to allow the minerals, the metal of this time of year to mineralize that water, to correctly be lit up, to energize the flow of the light through you. Shake that out. Start with shaking. As I said, I'm going to turn, so you know how to shake. No, excuse this is my moo-moo dress. But it's my at home, not well. So shake down. Start with the arms where we started. Really flick hard. This was the first movement my guides told me before I even knew I was doing Qigong. They said shake down the arm. Really like and say the sound cut, they were telling me, which is calling in the soul. So shake. And you might need to do that more. You might have a leg where you just want to kick out, really turn that into a bit of a, what do you call this, a punching. And then to the side. Oh, I do this way with it up, right. I need to look at that, why the phone wants to. Normally there's a reason. Okay, and then bring it up to the chest. Think about the lungs of our planet. So I was saying last week, areas of our planet that are being activated. Doesn't like it when I talk about different things. It keeps changing. The signal gets to be glitchy. Anyway, these 3 crowns represent the papacy, so the different religions, right? And it talks about how you're the 3 doves of peace. So we've got the peace coming. The peace will be the outcome. Okay, I want you to hold that intention for this week. Peace is the outcome. So think about all the impurities in the lungs and the lungs of the planet, clearing out the unconscious systems that are there, and purification, not on a physical note, but on a mental aspect of the body clearing itself out, and the body of the planet shaking free of things that are not about love and peace. So hold that peace within you, hold that breath within you, that fresh chi coming in and holding it. So you're not holding on to the resentments, the anger, the frustration, the sadness and grief about what's happening. Instead, you're focusing on where we're heading, the clearing, the shifting, the awakening, the fresh air going in, and how the lungs themselves of the planet are allowing that, pulling out that metal does. So the filling of the valve means there will be different things that were not visible before will now be there. It's not that they weren't there before, they were certainly there. They're more visible to us at the moment, very much on the physical level as well. So we're feeling and hold the chest, hold up the boobs. We're going to hold our breath and then open and lift up. As you lift up, the stomach comes up, the chest comes up. Breathe fully in and hold that tension, and then slowly release. Bending now into spinal cord breathing. Open up, facing north. Side of the wheel. This time, open, hands come round, link your hands behind your back, and hold, and release, and again, counting to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and release. Down by the sides. Gently look from side to side and where we've been. Slowly, gently, connecting with the body, allowing yourself, as I call my classes and my workshops, neurological goal setting. You're working with the biology of your body in flow to shift those changes on a chemistry level within the body's biology. Have any of you read Biology of Belief? You know what I'm on about. How we affect the physical. Now just the top half. Twist, massage those internal, bring out that which isn't serving us. And I want you to think about doing this on a bigger scale. We're releasing the emotional tension in the war zones. We're releasing the emotional tension in relationships. As we release the emotional intentions in ourselves, we help in incrementations, all of those bigger things, the bigger picture. Doing it for the greater good. Releasing. Or think of it in terms of I'm just stretching my body. You choose whatever resonates with you. Although I'm assuming you probably won't be watching this if it was just for exercise. So, coming to a stop. We're going to do some banging, some simple knocking. And of course, all of these moves, it's slightly harder for the seated, for the twist, but you can still twist like this whilst you're seated as well. Just knocking. And do this 60 times. And this way. So my guidance is telling me also I need to eat certain colours. So yellows, they're recommending at the moment for this month in particular. I don't know if they're seasonal or not, so I normally try and do that, but they're saying like the yellow pansies, the purple pansies, yellow peppers, aubergines, purple, carrots, the orange, and oranges, vitamin C, yellow. And I found this one a little bit things, but actually it was recommended by my coach for healthy habits, and it's come up a few times in my own research that lemon and water, I always think of it as being acidic, but in the body it's not, it's alkaline. So lemon water, I'm looking at how I can alkaline water, especially after watching that movie I shared, the flow of water. I've called out for those that are designers to help systems for pipes that would help and work with the flow of water rather than against it. So we have living water as opposed to dead when it hits us, and obviously singing to the water. Now the front, if you've done both sides, face and here. So that's just things for me that I'm being called to do for my guides that I'm sharing. So for those colours, and the same with those coloured crystals. So I believe Jamie Butler mentioned those as well. Sunstone for daytime and amethyst for nighttime. And I would say scents as well, lemon, citrusy, and a bit of shaking. You can do some knocking on the knees, balance, other side. Right, see if I can do this and show you my feet. She's foot, the pineal gland, right in the centre of your big toe. I want you to use your nail and gently massage in, press and massage on both toes, both of your big toes. As I'm working with detoxification personally, I'm going to add and carry on. Make sure you do both sides. I'm just going to show you one side each. Here, up and down. The stomach area in the centre. Just circle, give it a little massage. A little L down the side. If you have any stomach pain, uterine pains, then up from the heel. So this is uncomfortable to do. So I'm going to sit to show you. Let's see if I can turn you around. I'm going to do the other side. There we go. Down the side of the foot, the heel of the foot, the centre of the foot. So the big toe from the heel upwards, walking the fingers if you have uterine problems. The centre, sort of about halfway through the foot and up in a semicircle, and then down this bit. So start with the big toe, as we're working with linking our crown with our upper dentian, with the lower dentian. That's the crown and sacrum, plexus, roots. And then from your heel, 4 fingers from here, just rub all the way up this line here. This great if you've had any loose stools. You can do this after for 6 weeks. They recommend doing this daily, 2 or 3 times a day, to help with shifting the energy of the bacteria in the gut. So, from sitting, hands on the side, I want you to put one hand up, shoulder, and then just hold that and give it a little massage, as if you're getting a real good massage. And breathe into that area. This is for all the star seeds, an energetical and a very physical now. All of the work we've been doing is starting to be seen. It's maybe not looking the way we want it to look, but we're here. You have the support. Bring that hand down and cross one way. The other side. Feeling, massaging, shifting away the tension of being alone. You are not alone. We work together in the ethereal as well as here in the physical now. You heard the call. You're doing what you need to do. In divine timing now, you need to work on you right now. You need to align to the new shifts that we're just about to go through as the clearing happens. Being a pure conduit for energy to flow through your body naturally, cross over. That's the right, the left. Brain hemispheres, I want you to come up to the head, massaging. And then take the fingers behind. What we're going to essentially do is flick up. So you feel this bone here, this bit of, can't really see it on my hair, but this little bit here, that ridge, obsidian ridge. So when you take your hands behind your head, they go down at the bottom of the ears and they come up. From here, we flick 40 times. Then come to the center. So just like the crown pull in the little dip here at the back, separate, going in reverse, coming up and flick. Opening, teasing. As we open, as we are open and receptive to the light, others will be able to do the same. We have to demonstrate. We have to show the shifts within us. The physical shifts, for some of us, that's an amazing, almost miraculous shifts to demonstrate.